So today we're going to talk about some more stalking and attacks on Thomas Schoenberger's page, Stars Falling, or at Feeding Frenzy on Twitter from August the 15th. So we're going to answer a few of his little narratives here. Number one, he keeps talking about trying to hide the truth that my son called the police for a welfare check on his mother. I never hid that fact from anybody. I mean, what son would not want their mother to get help if they were in a panic mode and they were basically pushed over the edge by someone like Mr. Schoenberger? Second off, he speaks about sock accounts that I have. I really don't have any sock accounts. I didn't even have a Twitter account or a YouTube account until my wife had her breakdown, and I created the accounts to do research and gather evidence of the stalking and harassment. Then he talks about these shell companies, and he posts a photograph of something to do with JD Properties and JD Entertainment and something else. I don't have anything to do with those companies, never have. That's a gentleman who lives in town here by the name of Jason Debotowitz. Apparently Thomas thinks that's an alias that I use. He's dead wrong. Don't know where he even made that connection. He claims I'm connected to certain people online, which is not true. I have no connections at all to these people. I just met them recently when all of this started. He talks about my wife having past mental issues, and he referenced Montgomery Ward on another one of his sock accounts, which was a old department store. He keeps talking about my wife being engaged with other men online. She spoke to a lot of different men online. The evidence, one of the screenshots here shows a conversation with her and Brother Box and someone else, I guess, and, doesn't prove anything to what he's trying to make out believe. He basically keeps insisting that my wife was tied to Brother Box. My wife had very few conversations, honestly, with Brother Box, whether it was in Discord or wherever. On 11/2/17, he shows or states I was in court being sued by Trans World, and that they supposedly bought my debt. If he would dig deep enough, he would realize that that's a medical bill that belonged to one of my children who has had a very bad medical issue that cost tens of thousands of dollars, and I have actually been paying Trans World on that bill for over 10 years. I pay them every month religiously. He talks about my Harley. I've appeared in court with Harley Davidson. It's not like I've ignored any of them. I paid on a loan for my Harley for real close to 7 years before me and Harley had a discrepancy over what they claimed the payoff was. He says that I have ties to JD Properties and all these other companies. Like I said, that's not true. He actually shows a court case where JD Properties was taken to court in 2019, and that, if he would pull the court transcripts instead of just looking at what's on public record, he would realize that Jason Debotowitz himself appears in court with his attorney in this case. I was not there. I have nothing to do with JD Properties or any of the other entities that he keeps claiming are shell companies that I own. So, Thomas, keep up with your false narratives. I've posted so much evidence online that everything you're saying is a lie. It's pathetic, but, it gets tiring playing the same old game, and every time I post something that shows that you are doing nothing but pushing a false narrative and making things up in your crazy-ass head, you just take a different direction. But enjoy playing your games and your stalking, because as I said, you're building a wonderful court case against yourself.